Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 6th of September 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we got in store for us today. This article here by Cointelegraph says Blockstream mining issues hash rate backed security token in fundraise. Like, this is how desperate they're getting. Then we got some more threads here from Craig under his S. Tominaga handle. He's also on fire, having written an article here saying Sybil attacks full nodes in BTC Core, a predicate-based game theoretical and mathematical analysis. It's pretty in-depth. We've got a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history, and that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1,000,000 strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Alright then, this sounds really desperate. Let's get into this then. So Blockstream mining issues hash rate backed security token in fundraise. They're fundraising because the miners aren't maybe making enough from BTC, but they're gonna release what, a shitcoin token? Like, honestly. So let's have a look at this then. Blockstream is essentially selling 4-year claims on the proceeds from its Bitcoin mining operations in exchange for funding. What? I mean, they're just scamming people here. Blockstream mining is raising funds by issuing a security token, Blockstream Mining Note 2. That's BMN2. I wonder what that's going to be on. Backed by the Gregcoin miners hash rate, according to a September 5th announcement. The BMN2 token is designed to provide direct exposure to Bitcoin hash rate operated by Blockstream enterprise-grade mining facilities across North America, Blockstream said. Priced at $31,000 per token, each BMN2 represents a 48-month claim on 1 petahash per second of Blockstream's mining hash rate, the company said. Hash rate measures the computing power used to mine blocks on the Gregcoin network. In effect, Blockstream is selling 4-year claims on the proceeds of its Gregcoin mining operations in exchange for upfront funding. Investors benefit from a significantly discounted hash price of $21.23, Blockstream said. Hash price is a standardized measure of the hash rate market value. The spot market hash price exceeds $40 as of September 5th, according to hashrateindex.com. Gregcoin miners have been looking to shore up balance sheets after the network's April halving cut mining rewards from 6.25 Gregcoin to 3.125 Gregcoin per block. According to JP Morgan, 5 of the largest Gregcoin miners issued some $1.2 billion in equity during the second quarter of 2024. It, quote here, was a historic quarter as Gregcoin miners navigate the fourth Gregcoin halving event, which cut the number of daily coins mined and all else equal, the daily revenue opportunity, in half, resulting in lower margins and profitability across our coverage universe, according to JP Morgan. The company said this is Blockstream's 3rd time issuing BMN2, which launched in July and raised nearly $7 million in its first issuance. In 2021, Blockstream issued a similar token, Blockstream Mining Note 1, which matured in July. According to Blockstream, it delivered a 32% Gregcoin return over its 3-year term. We created the BMN product to deliver a consistent hash rate with the goal of maintaining a strong and steady investment outcome, Chris Cook, Blockstream's chief investment officer, said in a statement. The BMM2 is designed to comply with European Union regulations and is only available to qualified investors, those who can afford to lose all the money on the shirt off their back, outside of the United States, because they don't want anybody in the United States giving them hassle, because they don't want any jurisdictional issues. That is absolutely outrageous. So give us your money in from abroad so that you can't sue us in our own country, because it's got nothing to do with you. And again, I suspect what they're expecting here is a massive fall in the Gregcoin hash rate, because we all know what's coming. So they said, what, this is going to be over a 4-year term. literally the market will flip in a heartbeat, leaving all these people that have bought these tokens backed by the hash rate high and dry. This is just literally another scam. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Backed by the hash rate. Yeah, so we know the hash rate is going to literally absolutely tank. So let's sell a token now that's backed by it, knowing that the foundation of it is going to absolutely collapse. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But what can you do? People should be listening to my show. You know, I'm trying to give them prior notice and warning. Like, good grief. Right, let's go on to this thread here from CSW. In examining the differences between Gregcoin, BSV, and the ideas presented by Satoshi Nakamoto, particularly regarding scalability, transaction costs, and decentralization, we can use deductive reasoning to understand how each aligns with or deviates from Satoshi's original vision. Satoshi famously stated that Bitcoin could scale better than Visa, a key indicator that scalability and transactional efficiency were crucial to his design. Absolutely. Gregcoin, BTC, in its current form, places a significant emphasis on limiting the block size to 1 megabyte, which drastically reduces the number of transactions the network can process per second. This approach prioritizes decentralization, based on the assumption that the smaller block sizes allow for more participants to run full nodes, thus maintaining a wider distribution of network control. However, this also results in higher transaction fees and slower processing times due to periods of network congestion. Satoshi's white paper writings. Satoshi consistently described Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system designed to facilitate direct transactions between parties without the need for intermediaries. In a notable forum post, Satoshi remarked that Bitcoin was intended to scale to process transactions larger than Visa. He saw the potential for Bitcoin to handle a global volume of transactions with greater efficiency and existing financial networks, thanks to its decentralized nature and use of proof of work. The imposition of a 1 megabyte block size was not part of Satoshi's original plan. Absolutely. Reasoning. If Bitcoin was designed to scale better than Visa, BTC's limitations on block size and transactions throughput represent a clear deviation from the vision. Higher fees and lower transaction capacity make it less viable as a global electronic cash system. Deductively, one can conclude that Gregcoin's focus on small blocks and its dependence on off-chain solutions such as Lightning Network undermines Satoshi's idea of on-chain scaling for efficient peer-to-peer transactions. 2. BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. BSV positions itself as a true embodiment of Satoshi's vision by removing arbitrary constraints like the block size limit. Instead, BSV allows for unlimited block size, enabling the network to scale as required to meet transaction demand. And again, just a side note on that, a common network cannot have any limitations or restrictions, because if it did, then the network would be susceptible to manipulation and centralized control. So this is exactly why it wasn't designed with any block size or any limitations. It was put in arbitrarily later as a soft cap, because Hal Finney, I suspect, was a CIA operative and knew that because they didn't know what Bitcoin was at the time, if they just simply restricted it, it would give them time to figure out how to corrupt it, which is what they did with SegWit. This results in lower transaction fees and greater efficiency, aligning with Satoshi's concept of Bitcoin as a global electronic cash system capable of scaling to Visa levels of transactional throughput. Satoshi's white paper and writings. Satoshi designed Bitcoin to scale naturally as demand increases, intending for block size to grow in line with network use. In his writings, Satoshi noted that transaction fees should be minimal, affordable to everybody. Again, if it's inaccessible to the poor, it's neither revolutionary If it's inaccessible to the poor, it's neither radical nor revolutionary. That's just the expression. And should incentivize miners without placing unnecessary burdens on users. BSV's approach to scale, by keeping all transactions on chain, mirrors these principles to more closely than Gregcoin, where higher fees have become prohibitive for everyday use. Reasoning deductively, if Bitcoin was meant to scale on chain and maintain low fees, BSV's models of unlimited block size aligns more directly with Satoshi's vision. BSV's system enables greater transaction capacity, fulfilling the role of Bitcoin as a replacement for traditional financial systems, unlike Gregcoin, which relies on off-chain scaling solutions that were not part of Satoshi's original design. Bitcoin Satoshi vision on core principles. Satoshi's vision, as laid out in his white paper and forum post, emphasizes a few core principles. Scalability. Bitcoin was intended to grow with demand, handling thousands of transactions per second, even exceeding the capabilities of legacy systems like Visa. This can only be achieved with on-chain scaling, which BSV supports by removing block size limits. Transaction fees. Satoshi's design featured a system where fees would remain minimal, providing an affordable means of transferring value across borders. Gradecoin's high fees during periods of congestion contradict this. Decentralization. While decentralization is crucial, Satoshi did not foresee it as requiring such restrictive limits on block size. Instead, his system was built to scale while maintaining decentralization through the competitive proof of work mechanism. Deductive reasoning. If one assumes that Bitcoin's primary function, according to Satoshi, is to serve as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that scales globally, BTC's restricted scalability, high fees, and reliance on off-chain solutions clearly deviate from this intent. BSV's approach, on the other hand, preserves the original concept of on-chain scaling, lower fees, and the competitive nature of decentralization. Conclusion. Satoshi Nakamoto's writings and white paper emphasize scalability, efficiency, and affordability in creating a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. He explicitly states that Bitcoin should scale better than Visa, which inherently requires a system capable of processing thousands of transactions per second with low fees. Gradecoin's block size limitations, high fees, and off-chain scaling diverge from this vision, whereas BSV's on-chain scaling with unlimited block size and low transaction costs more faithfully adheres to Satoshi's original design. Absolutely it does. Ian Grieger said, unroll please. Awesome. Right, that is 12 minutes gone. This note here, Craig is on fire. Look at all this. Good grief. Never going to have time to read through all of that, but just letting you know that it's there. Right, awesome. How awesome is that? All right, let's get on to a little bit. 365 days of Bitcoin history. Well, now in September 6th. So we just need to input something for September 3rd. We did September 4th. September 5th, we just got a quote here from Satoshi Nakamoto about probably a false alarm. So on September 5th, he replied, you can probably just comment on the line crypt hop. Let me know if it works and watch if it memory leaks. It looks like a template cluster. Make sure that the derived class defines its own version of allocated and deallocated. It would be weird if that was the actual problem and it made it all the way to release. Probably a false alarm. Any suggestions for better text to put for the error message so the next person will be less likely to be confused? Question mark. It's trying to tell them their clock is wrong and they need to correct it. Yeah. And then that was September 6th, which is today. RPC backup wallet. Can you build? All right. And also on September 5th, we've got a hacker steal $250,000 from a Bitcoin trader, Bitfloor, as a owner fails to encrypt keys. Just a story here. So it said here, hacker steal $250,000 from a Bitcoin trader as Bitfloor's owner fails to encrypt keys. Hackers have stolen $250,000 from a Bitcoin trading exchange after unencrypted keys were accidentally posted online by the site owner. Roman Seitelman, founder of Bitfloor, wrote on a forum that he failed to encrypt digital wallets containing the encryption keys during a system upgrade. The backup was made when I manually did an upgrade and was put in the encrypted area on the disk. Seitelman wrote, yeah, you know. But anyway, that's just a little bit of Bitcoin history for you. And there was another one here. I think it's to do with why. Yeah, look at this. FBI finally says how it legally, quotes there, pinpointed Silk Road's server. The prosecuting attorneys in Ulbricht's case argue means that no legal spying techniques were needed to pinpoint the world's largest anonymous bizarre for narcotics. In fact, they write the evidence revealing its physical location was left in plain sight. I very much doubt that. There was, we discovered it and then we wrote it down. His parents know all about that. But, that's another little bit of Bitcoin history for you. Good grief. Right, yeah. And just add a little bit to, on September 6th. Check this out. So on September 6th, 2021, El Salvador became the first country in history to buy BTC. No way. We got a post here. So this is a guide by Peter Rizzo who says the Bitcoin historian said exactly 3 years ago today, El Salvador became the first country in history to buy Gregcoin. They now own 5,000 Gregcoin worth 300 million, and they're buying more every single day. I mean, dear oh dear, dear oh dear. That's we here in Bitcoin know what's going to happen there. It's only going to end in tears, unfortunately. But they're trying their best. They're going to be pissed when they find out what's really gone on, aren't they? They got Bitcoin Beach down there and all sorts, and he's like trying to get away from the US dollar, and they've just herded him into a Ponzi scheme, a $300 million Ponzi scheme. Oh my goodness, he's going to be on the warpath when he finds out. Jeepers, right. We will leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, if you enjoy these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either satoshi@senbi.com, hagash.io, simply.cash, relasia.com, rockwallet.me or senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.